I'll just start with you, you've got it.
Sure. Hi Jayden, how was your debut?
Mixed emotions. It was a tough game for all, but it's a learning curve for all of us, and it's a learning curve, and I think we know what we need to improve on, and that's the main thing as a team.
What do you need to improve on?
There's a lot of things, as you saw from the game, that we need to improve on, but the manager's keeping it tight in a group, and we know what we need to do as a team.
Yeah. When did you find out that you were playing, and what was your reaction?
No, I knew I was playing from the start, so a lot of people said I was thrown in the deep end, but it wasn't that, you know. I was always excited to come here and play football, and that's what it was. I felt excited more than nervous, and that's how I felt about the game, more so excitement than nerves.
Did the move happen very quickly? Can you just give us a bit of background how it all came about?
Yeah, Rangers, I knew the gaffer from previously at Southampton, so it was quite quick in terms of that, and the transition was very quick, it happened within days, and I was ready to play because of my pre-season, so that was the most important part.
You've obviously got this game coming up at the weekend at St Mirren, but how would you assess Rangers' chances of now trying to get through to the Champions League?
No, I think for us it's a game step by step. We always focus on the next game, so Club Brugge is the second game, so we have St Mirren next, and that's what our full focus is on at the moment.
Jayden, just can you talk us through the emotions of the other night when 3 goals down, say 20 minutes? Imagine it's easy at that moment for your senses to be kind of scrambled. What was going through your mind at that moment?
No, it's a mindset, you know. At 3-0 down, the only thing you can do is get back into the game. So for us, it's about fighting and continuing to keep pushing. And as a footballer, you have to be like that. You always have to think positively and always trying to get back into the game and try and win the game. So everything that's going through my mind in that time is to how can we score goals and how can we not concede anymore.
You obviously played a big part in the goal that the team got in the second half. I mean, does it still feel like that's a big goal that's giving you a chance getting in the second leg?
Of course, any goal gives us a chance. It's exciting for us because now we've learned from our mistakes and we know what we need to do in the second leg.
Hi Jayden, you've come in as a new player, young player, but you'd have heard the reaction of the fans after that bad start the other night. I mean, did that surprise you at all, and do you feel it was fair?
Say that again, sorry?
The reaction of the fans to going 3-0 down so early the other night, did that surprise you coming into this environment?
No, I didn't, because Rangers is such a big club and the expectations are so high. I knew what I was coming into when I came here, so I knew it would kind of happen, but it's for us as players to kind of recorrect our wrongs, so yeah.
You've obviously worked with Russell down at Southampton. He gave you your debut. It was a very obvious style of playing, which some fans haven't quite taken yet, but what can you say to those fans about this style? Will it work in the long term?
Of course, I think Russell's a fantastic manager. You can see what he's trying to do, so I think as fans you have to stick with him and trust the process because Russell is a good manager and it will show over the next few months.
Jayden, one of the things that was really noticeable at the game the other night was how vocal you are as a player.
Yeah.
Is that something that's always been with you, and is that what we can expect going forward?
Yeah, I think as a player, for myself, you have to be vocal, especially coming to a team like this. You have to be confident from the start. So, like I said before, I knew what I was coming to when I was coming to Rangers. It's a big club, fantastic club, and as a whole team, we know what we need to do to get better.
Right. Can you give us an insight into your early days at Southampton? How influential the manager was in giving you the confidence to become a first team player?
Yeah, I think he was the most influential part of that because he's the one that gave me my senior debut, so he knows how I play. I played with him for a long time, so yeah, I think he's probably one of the biggest parts of why I am here. So yeah, I thank him for that.
And playing at Brentford, you played with some big players like Meghoma. How much has that helped you to be around players like that and preparing you to come to a big club like Rangers?
It's amazing. It's obviously you take little things from all these different type of players and you get little insights from them, which really helps with your development as well.
You talked about the style of play with Russell Martin back in your time at Southampton. Is it a lot of information to take on, and that maybe it will take a while for the players to be able to show their best in this current style while they're trying to learn it?
Potentially not. I mean, he's had a full pre-season here, so the players do know what they're doing. So I think as a team, we know what we need to correct, and we're working on that every day on the training pitch.
Hi Jayden, can you compare what you experienced the other night to any previous games, anything like that, or was it just completely, totally new to you?
No, I'd say I haven't heard a crowd that loud, but it was amazing. It was a fantastic experience, and as a player, you don't really hear it, but no, it was a fantastic crowd.
And is that, obviously the result didn't go the way and the performance didn't go the right way, the other night, but is that something you think you can thrive on? You
Of course, I think as a player you have to live and breed different crowds and different experiences. Nothing's going to be the same, it's never perfect. So as a player you need to understand that and take to all different learnings.
And can I just ask you to kind of elaborate on Mikey Moore and how well you know him when you first kind of came across him? Would it be at Spurs or England?
At Spurs, so yeah, I know Mikey from a young age. We played together. He's a fantastic player. I know how he plays, so which really helps. And I've known him since we were very young.
You linked up with Gassama really well for the goal the other night. How excited are you about that being a kind of potential partnership in your left and how you can?
Yeah, very good. I mean, we communicate every day on what he likes to do, what I like to do, and I think he's a fantastic player, and I can already see the qualities that he has. So yeah.
James, I just wondered what you would say is your biggest strength as a player. What would you say is going to adapt you to this team quickly? Your biggest strength?
I'd say both my defensive and attacking qualities. I like getting into 1v1 duels a lot, and I say attacking wise, I like to get into the box, score goals, crosses, and get assists and help the team in that perspective.
I guess up here in Scotland, a lot of teams it's spoken about quite a lot, like the sit-in against Rangers, and that can create quite a frustrating scenario for the team to try and break down. Do you think you can offer an outlet, both kind of on the wing and coming in the field to kind of help break teams down at sit-in? Yeah, I mean, we know that every game is different and poses different threats, and it's not easy. So for the team that we're playing against, we know what we need to do, and we just need to execute it well. And just finally from me, I wondered what you would describe as Russell Martin's biggest strength as a coach. A lot is made of his tactics and information, but what do you think is his biggest strength?
I'd say his personality. I'd say that he's got courage, he knows what he needs to do, he knows his identity, and he'll always stick to that. So I think that's quite impressive, because some managers can change the way they are, but I think if you've got one style, you should stick with it and be fully focused on that.
Last one, super, please.
You touched on it briefly there, that for some people it might have seen you as thrown at the deep end, but maybe not in your mind. Does that mean that you've come here with the mindset of being a starting left back and you see that position as yours now?
Yeah, as I said, every day I always work hard to be that starting left back, and for me, like you said before, I don't think I was thrown in the deep end. I'm just excited to play football and really kick on at Rangers Football Club.
Yes,
Thanks everybody.